Okay, getting going here. The title, Equal Justice and the Hypocrisy of the Left. I've been waiting all day. I'm so pissed off about this Hillary Clinton thing, I think I'm going to bust. Now, before I get started, a disclaimer. I seem to have to do this because in our current system, a lot of you morons out there seem to think that if somebody doesn't like one candidate, then they must like the other candidate. It's got to be that way. It's the only way it can be. It can't possibly be that you don't like either of them. So just to make it clear for those of you who can't think outside the box, I am not a Donald Trump supporter. Don't like him, not going to vote for him. So this video is not meant as a promotion for Trump. It is, in fact, meant to show the hypocrisy of the left, just as I often point out the hypocrisy of the right and the Republican Party and the conservatives in our midst. Let us not forget that those of you on the left are only too quick to be hypocrites yourself. Ethics, intellectual consistency, morality, honesty, transparency, all of these are foreign words to you. Because the only thing that matters to you is your party and making sure that your guy wins and screw that other guy. And even if my guy's a lying, stealing, deceitful piece of shit, just like the other guy is, at least it's my guy. Well, sorry, I don't play that game. And if you don't know that by now, then you just haven't been paying attention. So we get the news today. We see the video, we hear the pundits talking about it. The FBI has concluded its investigation. Funny that just 1 week after Bill and Lynch met on that plane on the tarmac at the airport. I'm sure it's just a mere coincidence. Anyway, so I want to start out by reading a couple of things to you. I find this fascinating that it seems like comedians in our country seem to have a better grasp of what's going on than the people who are supposed to know. Here a quote from Lenny Bruce. In the halls of justice, the only justice is in the halls. Here's another quote, and this goes back to the 19th century, but it applies so well. Listen carefully. The vices of the rich and great are mistaken for error, and those of the poor and lowly for crimes. That's Marguerite Gardiner, Countess of Blessington. Marguerite nailed it. What is good for thee is not good for me. So you see all these politicians, especially during an election year, talking about ethics and the law and morality and justice and doing the right thing. Of course, if I want to cheat a little bit or lie to you or break a few laws here and there, that's okay. It's only when those other guys do it that it's bad. Tell me who you think said this quote. In almost every profession, whether it's law or journalism, finance or medicine or academia or running a small business, people rely on confidential communications to do their jobs. We count on the space of trust that confidentiality provides. When someone breaches that trust, we are all worse off for it. I'll give you a couple of seconds here. Think about it. Who do you think said that? Hillary Clinton. That's right. Hillary Clinton, that paragon of virtue and honesty. Yeah, okay. So we've got this ruling today, and we've got the speech by Comey, the press conference, where he enumerates all the things that his agents found in their investigation, all of the things that are in fact against the law. You can look up the codes. Of course, I know you'll take the time to do that because you're interested in getting the facts. All of the things that had you or I, as an employee of the government, done this, there wouldn't have been a several years long investigation, we would have been in prison a long time ago. Okay? We talk a lot about equal justice under the law. Our nation is a nation of laws, not of men. Go back to the founding, read some founding documents. Read Jefferson, Madison, Mason, Henry. Pick one, read about it. Equal justice under the law. No one in this country is above the law. And we've been fighting this battle from day one. We were not supposed to have a caste system. We were not supposed to have special elite people, royal classes, one group above another. The law applied to everyone equally. Police officer breaks the law, doesn't matter whether he's wearing a badge or not, whether he's been sworn in as a police officer or not. If he breaks the law applies to him. He should be prosecuted. And you liberals, you know who you are. You complain about the police all the time. The police can't be trusted. The police are keeping the man down. They're always picking on poor black folks. We know about the incarceration rates in this country and how black men go to prison at higher rates than white men, and how let's use the recent case of the Stanford rape case. Remember how nuts you guys went when this rich white kid in college at Stanford raped a woman and only got 6 months in jail. And you're complaining, well, if that had been a black guy, well, you know where he'd be right now. Yeah, he wouldn't have just gotten 6 months. So you already complain about the unequal application of the laws in this country. You complain that there are some people who go to jail while others get off. And you attribute it to money or to status or to race. Pick one. But you contribute, you talk about it, you complain about it, you tell us how it's unfair. The laws should be applied equally. Now, you're the same people who keep telling the news and Republicans and conservatives and anybody else who talks about Bill Clinton's past, Hillary's husband, you remember him, and how he abuses women. You want that to be swept aside. You don't want that to be talked about. But when Bob Packwood, Republican senator, was accused of groping a woman's breast on an elevator on Capitol Hill, why, you went apoplectic. Oh my God. We can't have a man like that representing people in Congress. What are you people thinking? He's got to go. Off with his head. Bill Clinton gets accused of raping women. He's been shown to abuse women. He's obviously a serial misogynist at the very least, but he's our guy. We like Bill. Hell, I'd give him head myself. I like him so much. You people disgust me. You are the lowest form of hypocrite. You have no morals. You have no base. You have no principles. All you care about is your party and your party winning. And even if your guy or gal running in your party is a provable, undeniable crook, liar, deceitful piece of crap, you're still going to support them because at least they're not a Republican. Do you even stop and listen to yourselves? Do you ever think about what it is you're saying? The stuff that Hillary Clinton did, the stuff that's in that FBI report, anybody else would be in jail for doing that stuff. But not Hillary. No, Hillary gets passed. And you're okay with it. See, that's the worst part of it. It's bad enough that the FBI has sold out. It's bad enough that there are people in the government, and on both sides, by the way, who would just as soon see this go away, who want to pretend it didn't happen, who want to act like it's not really a big deal. That's bad enough. But you are okay with it. You don't mind. Your rich, powerful white woman gets a break. Now, suppose that had been a black woman. Do you think she'd be getting a break? Come on. You know what you say all the time when you see unequal applications of the law, when you see the injustices that are done in our legal system, when you complain about the fact that nonviolent offenders are spending years in jail for nothing more than having a little bit of marijuana on them, primarily black men. You've seen the stats. You've talked about them yourself. But some rich white woman breaks the law, and she gets a pass, and you're okay with it. You goddamn hypocrites. Oh, God, you piss me off. How do you look at yourself in the mirror? Seriously, how do you do that? How do you go to sleep at night with a clear conscience? Or do you? Do you even have a conscience? Do you know what it means to have a conscience? Do you know what the definition of hypocrisy is? Do you know that you're a hypocrite? Do you even care? See, that's what scares me the most. That's what pisses me off more than anything, is that we know there are crooks out there. We know there are liars and cheats and people who steal and will do anything they can to advance their cause and get ahead and screw everybody else. But what really gets me is that you don't care as long as it's your guy doing it. What the hell is wrong with you? What has happened to you? How did that happen? How did you come to think that way? And don't give me that bullshit about, oh, Floyd, well, the Republicans do it too. I know the Republicans do it too, and you're both wrong. If you're lying and you're cheating and you're stealing and you're screwing the American people and you're seeing unequal applications of the law and you're seeing abuses of the law and you're seeing abuses of the Bill of Rights and you don't care as long as your guy's getting away with it, screw you. Screw every damn one of you. I got no use for you. If you're on my Facebook page as a friend, delete. Get out. Get the hell off my page, because I can't stand people like you. I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican. But at least for the love of Pete, be honest. Be forthright. Have some kind of moral decency. Have some kind of principles that don't include looking the other way when your guy breaks the law, but demanding justice when that other guy does it. Man, I tell you, there are times during the day, there are times during the week, I hear the news, I see the news, I read the news, I get on my Facebook page, I see the news feed, I see some of the articles posted, and I just want to throat punch somebody. I see the hypocrisy. It's so palpable. You could cut it with a stick. The absolute, unadorned, undeniable hypocrisy of it all. And you willingly participate in it. You don't care as long as your guy's getting away with something. I want you to imagine if it had been a Republican who had done what Hillary did. What would you be saying then? Would you be wanting to just, it's just emails, no big deal. That's old news, move on, come on, get a life. You know goddamn well you'd be rooting for them to be hanged from the nearest tree. Because that's the hypocrite that you are. It's all about party politics. Screw the Constitution, screw the Bill of Rights, screw the damn country. As long as my party's doing well, everything's good. You people disgust me. You really do. I can't even think of words strong enough to express how much you disgust me. I loathe hypocrites. I loathe hypocrisy. You know what? If you don't give a shit, just say you don't give a shit. Just say it. Be honest about it. Own it. Be who you are. Be proud of it. But don't pretend on the one hand to care about justice and care about the law and demand that the law be applied equally and that no one is above the law. You want a police officer hanged from the nearest lamppost if he unjustly, and I've seen it happen. I agree with you. When a police officer unjustly beats or shoots somebody, he should be prosecuted. He should be treated just like any other American under the law. And you complain self-righteously and justifiably so that officer needs to be held accountable. When a Republican breaks the law, whether it's groping some woman's breast in an elevator or doing something illegal with national secrets on emails, whatever it might be. You march in the streets and demand that something be done about this. How dare he think he can get away with this? Equal application of the law. But when one of your guys does it, it's okay. I mean, hey, it's just like those little kids on the playground. And when the teacher gets mad at one of the kids because they pushed somebody down and made them scrape their elbow on the asphalt or something. And the kid's excuse, well, Johnny over there did it, and you didn't get mad at him. You people are idiots. You are what's wrong with this country. And I'll say it again, Republicans and Democrats. The hypocrisy of party politics makes me want to vomit. You people disgust me more than I can find words to describe. Just, you could do us all a favor and just go away.